Hallmark's Countdown to Christmas lineup is out. Hello, hello, hello. My name is Casey, also known as the Heart of Reviews, and today I am dressed in my Hallmark Christmas movie gear, coming at you live and completely, totally going into this blind with the upcoming Hallmark Countdown to Christmas, Miracles of Christmas, all of the everything Hallmark does for Christmas is what I am about to find out. I'm so excited. I have been bouncing off the walls all day. I have stayed completely spoiler-free. I have no idea what this is going to be. I did quite legitimately wake up exactly like that this morning. Like I had a feeling that it was going to be dropped today. And here we are. Thank you to everyone who found the links for me, tried to find me the best news article, because like I said, I'm going into this literally blind. I have no idea what Hallmark has announced. You are going to be seeing my authentic first reactions to these movies. I have heard that Parade has a really great article, so that is what I am opening right now on my computer. I also love that this Parade article starts with, "When does Christmas begin on Hallmark Channel?" And the answer is October 18th. That's my favorite day of Christmas. Okay, here we go. First movie, "'Twas the Date Before Christmas," starring Robert Buckley from One Tree Hill. She meets him on a dating app. Classic. She says she's inviting a date, so clearly fake dating. Great, wonderful. This sounds a lot like Holiday Engagement, which is a movie I really, really like, so down for it. Okay, big thing. Okay, first of all, starting it real big with this Hanukkah one, which is strange because Hanukkah overlaps with Christmas this year. We do have a Chrismica, so Adam Brody, this one's for you. But this one comes out October 19th, starring Lindsay Fonseca, who I love, and Daniela Monet from Victorious. So for all of you young people out there, interesting. And Chris McNally. Okay, so they're creating new identities to crash Christmas parties. It also sounds like they work at Hallmark, which is kind of funny. It says they work at a card shop. 2 romances, first of all, and also fake personalities, pretending that you passed the bar exam, very Community. I love it. It sounds very fun. And I love Daniela Monet. I'm very here for this. Scouting for Christmas is the next one, starring Carlo Marx, who's become a series regular, and Tamara Mowry, who's excellent. Paleontologist, that's such a classic Hallmark job. Single mom, Girl Scouts, Cupid, matchmaker, sounds very cute. Operation Nutcracker, which I believe this one has already come out, maybe on Hallmark Plus, which I am getting today. I'm gonna go buy Hallmark Plus immediately. This is not an ad. It has Ashley Newbrow and Christopher Russell, and neither of them are my favorite. It's about an event planner. It sounds very standard Hallmark, but whatever, I'll watch it. Oh god, it's about an antique nutcracker that goes missing. And then she has to find the nutcracker and she's an event planner. Yeah. Classic. Next is The Christmas Charade. The picture has me very excited. Rachel Scarston, who's amazing. Corey Sevier, I don't know how to pronounce it. He's not my favorite, that's fine. It's about a cautious librarian raised by home security experts who has to do an undercover FBI operation, which the librarian films. That's almost basically the plot, and I do love those films. So, you know what? So here for it. Let's do it. Let's keep doing the weird things. Sorry, I got really excited. The next movie is called The 5-Year Christmas Party. Who cares? It stars Katie Finlay, who I love. They're amazing. But not more importantly, Katie Finlay, you're great. Jordan Fisher. Yes. For those of you who know Broadway, that Jordan Fisher. Yeah, they're gonna have great chemistry. They're gonna be amazing. I love Katie Finlay. I love Jordan Fisher. And it's about theater school. Duh, because Jordan Fisher, he has a type. That's really cute! Okay, so very excited for October 27th to see The 5-Year Christmas Party. Whew! Next one is called A Carol for Two, starring Jenna Claire Mason, who was in the Rockettes movie with Derek Klena, my favorite. And it is about trying to go to Broadway and how she ends up in the Ellen Stardust Diner. Oh, it's Cyrano. This is Cyrano. So it's Cyrano and it's Broadway. Sign me up. Sign me up. I love Cyrano. I love Broadway. Hallmark is really speaking my language right now. I know that we are only into November 1st. We've already said several Christmas movies. We're only at November 1st, but they got my number. Next is Our Holiday Story, which very excitingly is starring Nikki DeLoach and Warren Christie. Everyone who knows me knows that I love Warren Christie. Nikki DeLoach is always delightful. So this is very exciting. This is about how Warren Christie and Nikki DeLoach are recounting their love story to their daughter's boyfriend, Chris. Of course, his name is Chris. Already hitting some bingos. That's really cute. It sounds like they had an enemies to lovers. Clearly they are married and doing well now. And now the son is struggling to say, I love you for the first time to his girlfriend. Very cute. I think it's probably going to be really funny and fun with both of these actors. Holiday Mismatch, starring Caroline Rhea and Beth Broderick. Caroline Rhea starred in the new Mrs. Miracle, the Mrs. Miracle reboot. You can look back on my Instagram for my review of that movie. I love the Mrs. Miracle movies. They are my absolute favorites. And you can't replace Doris Roberts. You can't do it. You can't do it. Not super excited, although the plot does seem interesting. It's about two meddling moms who become friends, trying to get their kids together. So that's, I don't know, it's fine. Next we have Trivia at St. Nick's. And this is starring Brant Daugherty and Tammin Sursok. I'm mispronouncing all of these names, I'm completely sure. So I apologize. I love you all, except for some of you, you know who you are. Okay, so this is about a bunch of elite professors at some Ivy League type school who have a Christmas bar trivia tournament during the year during the winter break when the kids are gone. Classic type A woman who's very smart and football offensive coordinator have to work together on this trivia tournament. It's kind of cute. He's gonna be secretly smart, but about sports. The next movie is called Santa Tell Me. It stars Aaron Krakow, Daniel Lissing, Benjamin Ayres, Christopher Russell. None of those people are people who excite me in any way. Sorry, apologies. And it's about a successful interior designer who finds an old letter from Santa promising she'll meet the love of her life by Christmas Eve, and his name will be Nick. Which, first of all, sounds like Santa's hitting on her. Second of all, she's stunned to meet not one but three guys named Nick. Ooh, but she's also drawn to her coworker, Chris. Again with the Chris's, hitting so many bingos. Hallmark needs to find new names. I don't like any of these people, but this does sound very fun. This sounds like a very silly plot, and I'm here for it. Next up, the movie that comes out on my birthday. I hope it's good. It's usually not. 'Tis the Season to be Irish, starring Fiona Gubelman and a man with an Irish name. I'm assuming his name's Ian, but I could not say. A nomadic house flipper heads to Ireland to renovate and sell a cottage, but her plans are upended when she meets Sean, a local realtor determined to preserve his town's heritage. Yeah. Next is Christmas with the Sings, starring Anuja Joshi, who is apparently on The Resident, which is fun, and Ben Hollingsworth, who was in the Santa, I can't just say the Santa one, because it's Hallmark, the Santa Summit last year, which was a great movie. And Ben Hollingsworth has been in it for a while. Like, when I was a kid, I was watching this guy. Okay, so she's still playing a doc. Actually, I don't know who she is on The Resident, so I can't say she's still playing a doctor, but this is set in a hospital. And Ben Hollingsworth is her former high school classmate who unexpectedly reappears in her life. After a magical year together, he proposes. It feels like we've seen the whole movie. But their first Christmas as an engaged couple isn't exactly the fairy tale they imagined. Oh, okay, so it's about going home. It's about going home. It's about cultural differences. It's about leaving the hospital. That sounds excellent. I do love when Hallmark actually has other cultures. This sounds excellent. I'm excited. Jingle Bell Run, starring Ashley Williams and Andrew Walker. I got really excited because I saw Andrew Walker's name, and everybody knows that I love Andrew Walker. He's my favorite. Ashley Williams is very fun. I'm not always a fan of her choices, but she makes me smile. Ashley Williams is an unadventurous school teacher whose sister secretly signs her up for the Great Holiday Dash, a Christmas-themed reality competition show where she's paired with former hockey player Wes. Of course, Andrew Walker, former hockey player, we all know. Despite clashing at first, her puzzle-solving skills and his physical prowess help them excel as they travel from city to city. That's a big reality. I guess it's like Survivor, but Christmas. This is really telling me like the entire plot. Maybe don't read the parade summaries because they're telling you like the conflict. I don't need to know. It's gonna be like one of 5 things. I don't need to know that in advance. I'll figure it out in the first 4 minutes. Confessions of a Christmas Letter stars Angela from The Office, and apparently also Brian, who plays Kevin. I don't watch The Office. He makes a cameo appearance, so that's fun for all you people who like The Office. Her name is Sadie Rose, which is a name. She's a quirky family matriarch. Sadie Rose, the quirky family matriarch, enters her town's annual holiday letter writing contest. That's a strange contest, but needs help. So she hires struggling novelist Juan to craft the perfect letter. That seems illegal. That seems like you shouldn't be able to get a contest for letter writing and then hire a ghostwriter. That feels wrong. But then there's a charade and Juan is fake engaged to her daughter. I don't know what was happening in all these movies, but I'm here for it. Christmas on Call, starring Sarah Canning and Stradarius Blaine. Stradarius Blaine he was in Jumanji, the new ones. He plays Fridge. He was also in the Caribbean Summer movie. He was great. He's excellent. I love seeing him. In the lead up to Christmas, emergency room doctor juggles her demanding job and a budding romance with an EMT in Philadelphia. Oh, and then they go around Philadelphia. I love Philadelphia. I hope they go to the Reading Terminal Market and have a pretzel. Everybody's favorite, Three Wiser Men and a Boy. It's probably not everyone's favorite, but it's my favorite. Three Wiser Men and a Boy. This is the sequel to Three Wise Men and Baby, but everybody already knew that. I don't need to say anything about this one. It's Paul Campbell, it's Tyler Hines, it's Andrew Walker. It's gonna be crazy. It's about a school musical, right? And then they all have to direct the school musical for their son that they've adopted or whatever that's going on with this child. I don't need this movie could be about nothing. I don't care. I'm here. I'm sat already. To Have and to Holiday, starring Madeline Arthur, Eric Close, a bunch of people I don't know. Oh, I know this guy. He's in Stuff. You know, he's in Stuff. What is he in? Stuff. He's in Stuff. You can Google him. I don't know. He's in it. When Celeste gets engaged to Jason after just a few months of dating, her father and the couple's would-be officiant, Pastor Mark, this is the guy who's in Stuff, insists on putting them through a pre-wedding boot camp. Oh, okay. Filled with Christmas-themed challenges. Yeah. She wants to do the fashion industry. Who cares? So this is like that movie with Robin Williams, and I think John Krasinski is in that movie. I don't really remember. I hated it. License to Wed, is that what it's called? I don't know. I hated that movie, but this is Christmas and Hallmarkified, so maybe it's much better. There are a lot of movies that Hallmark rips off where I like Hallmark movies version better, like the 51st Dates ripoff, Remember Sunday, starring Zachary Levi and Alexis Bledel. Incredible. Chef's kiss. Debbie Maycomer's Joyful Mrs. Miracle. I was just talking about Mrs. Miracle. This is not a happy surprise. I think I'm like tearing up. I'm literally tearing up at this movie's existence, and not in a good way, because I hate the new Mrs. Miracles, because I just want a miracle. The new Mrs. Miracle is Rachel Boston. I love Rachel Boston. Let me amend that statement. Rachel Boston is an iconic part of my Hallmark's past, and I think she's adorable. I like her in this more than I liked Caroline. At least Rachel Boston is a Hallmark presence. I just don't need any more Mrs. Miracles. I'm like literally crying thinking about how Doris Roberts is dead. Okay. Anyway, the plot. 3 adult siblings return to their childhood home at Christmas to honor their late grandmother's wishes and try to agree on new leadership for the family's company. Enter Annie Merkel, also known as Mrs. Miracle, who poses as an estate planner and, does her Mrs. Miracle thing. Okay. That's tears. Tears. Fine. It's fine. It's fine. A 90s Christmas, starring Chandler Massey, who I love. Workaholic lawyer Lucy Miller is celebrating her promotion alone on Christmas Eve when a mysterious rideshare experience transports her back to 1999. I love it when you get in an Uber and it's really the cash cab. Reliving the holiday with her mom, sister, and best friend. Hopefully all different people. Not to mention her high school crush. Lucy gets a second chance to understand where her relationships went wrong. It's a time travel one. I kind of like the time travel ones. I think they're really fun. Deck the walls. What's it gonna be? An interior designer? I hope so. Don't hope so. She's an interior designer. What? And they're doing a charity house flip in suburban Ohio. And they got a budget crisis. And, her brother's best friend is a contractor. Oh, and the bane of her youth. Enemies to lovers, contractors, house flipping, interior designers. Next, we have Believe in Christmas, starring Megan Ory and John Reardon. Not my favorite. She has crazy eyes. I really feel bad because some of these Hallmark actors do watch my videos sometimes, and I can be quite rude. I don't mean it. It's just, this is my unfiltered thoughts, people. When Beatrice reluctantly joins her best friend on a trip to the enchanting Christmas land. Reluctantly to the enchanting Christmas land? Girl, I will go. I will go in your place 1,000,000 times over. She's skeptical of the holiday magic surrounding them. But as she experiences festive traditions and meets a charming stranger... Oh, okay, so her best friend is not the guy. So she's meeting a stranger and he's gonna be the guy. She doesn't know what's real and what's part of the experience. Okay, so this is Austin land, but... hypothetically with real Christmas magic, and they're not being paid to sleep with you, or whatever the heck was happening in Austin land. Okay, the movie everybody's heard about, Holiday Touchdown, a Chief's love story, starring Hunter King, Joey King's sister, Tyler Hines, a whole bunch of people, a whole bunch of people, and this is not about Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce as much as everybody thinks it is. This is about the Hunter King wants to win Fan of the Year because she loves the Kansas City Chiefs. And the director of fan engagement, Tyler Hines, has to evaluate if she deserves it. And then it's a whole bunch of stuff. It's gonna be cute. It's Tyler Hines. It's Hunter King. They're both excellent. They have great chemistry, I'm sure. It's gonna be really fun. And this is going to be the Saturday of Thanksgiving weekend, Merry Thanksgiving Weekend movies, so they are banking hard on this one, doing numbers. The next movie is called The Finish Line, but it's spelled Finnish, like the country, like the people. I love Finland. I have a weird obsession with Finland. Tervetuloa, that means welcome. So I'm excited about this one. Kim Matchell is in it. She's incredible. I don't think that's how you pronounce her name. She's great. She was in Ghosts of Christmas Past. Obsessed with her. Inspired by her father's acclaimed legacy in dog sled racing, Anya decides to follow in his footsteps. After his passing, she heads to Finland to participate in the 40th annual, I'm not going to try to pronounce that, her father's final race where he fell short of the victory. Bum, 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 Finland, dog racing, yeah. Dog sled racing. They're not racing the dogs. The sleds are racing. The Christmas Quest! I got excited because it stars Lacey Chabert, everyone's Queen of Christmas, and Christopher Palahala, an archaeologist, sure, and her ex-husband, spicy, an expert in ancient Norse languages, sure, are sent to Iceland at Christmas time. Yeah, okay, so Lacey Chabert, she gets the going off to Iceland movie, of course, at Christmas time to search for the legendary treasure of the Yule Lads. The Yule Lads, and they get into a race. That sounds fun. Everything with Christopher Palahala is really fun. And Lacey Chabert is Lacey Chabert. She's just having a good time. And I support her, because she's not Candace Cameron Bure. Oh! Ah! Derek Clint is in another one! I didn't know! Okay, this is why I do this. Sorry, I'm talking so high-pitched. This is... Okay. this live, so you get to see this reaction. Woo! Derek Lennon. Derek Lennon. Okay, Derek Lennon's gonna be in another Hallmark. I literally feel like I'm gonna pass out. Derek Lennon's gonna be in another Hallmark movie. It's called Private Princess Christmas, which sounds inappropriate. V, better known as Princess Violet of Wingravia, you just add an E to things and suddenly it's a fake country, adores the privileges of being a royal, if none of the responsibilities. After being disappointed by V one time too many, the Queen, Erica Durant's classic, decides to test her daughter's mettle once and for all and issues an ultimatum. V must pass a rigorous leadership boot camp in Colorado or lose the throne to her uncle, and then and he's Captain Ryan Douglas, as Derek Lennon. So back to his dogfight military roots. He was in a musical, for those of you who don't know, off-Broadway called Dogfight, where he played a Marine. That's why I love him. This is Princess Protection Program, I think, the Disney Channel original movie with Demi Lovato and Selena Gomez, but now it has Derek Lennon, so here for it. Sugar Plummed, starring Maggie Lawson from Psych, and Janelle Parrish, who was in Pretty Little Liars, but she's done a whole boatload of Hallmark movies now. She's great. Maggie Lawson has always dreamed of creating the perfect Christmas, meticulously planning every detail year after year, only to feel like she's falling short. Hoping to bring her family closer together, she makes a wish for a holiday as picture-perfect as the one she sees in a made-for-TV holiday movie. Meta. To her shock, Sugar Plum, Janelle Parrish, the film's relentlessly optimistic main character, magically steps off the screen to make Emily's wish come true, whether she's ready for it or not. Oh, and then she goes into a Hallmark movie, and you find out that Hallmark movies are not actually real, and they're not perfection, and they have issues. I really like that. I really enjoy that. I enjoy that just as a concept, as a thought experiment. I'm here for it. Leah's perfect gift. Leah Meyer is a bona fide lover of Christmas. She sounds Jewish. I am assuming her name is actually Leah. That's Meyer. Leah Meyer? That's a Jew. The trees, the ornaments, the eggnog. But she's always admired the holiday from her. Oh, because she's Jewish. There it is. There it is. Though her family celebrates Hanukkah, she's longed to experience a traditional Christmas. When her boyfriend, Evan Roderick, he was the guy with Katie Finlay last year. He's cute. He's really cute. He's also the guy from Spinning Out. Oh, and he has a waspy Connecticut family, and she goes to spend Christmas. Ooh, but fitting in with his uptight family and his not-so-welcoming mom, Barbara Niven, classic, is easier said than done. As holiday traditions clash and awkward moments pile up, it's not quite the cozy Christmas she expected. Interesting. Lately, Hallmark has been trying to do Jewish movies that are not devoid of Christmas, because they're Hallmark, but, removed from Christmas. Hanukkah movies that are Hanukkah movies. Last year's was incredible. This one feels very Christmaka, which I personally don't mind, but I'm very interested to see what they do with it. I hope that it's not like she doesn't know how to decorate a Christmas tree, because it's pretty simple. And I do hope that she gets to love her Jewish identity as well. I'm sure that she will. Hallmark's been very good about that in the past few years, but interesting to see what happens. Hanukkah on the Rocks. Okay, so they're just doing a lot more Jewish movies. So I'm here for it. I'm so here. This is making me very happy. Oh my gosh, yes. Okay. 1 week before Hanukkah, corporate lawyer Tori finds herself unexpectedly unemployed and questioning the career she's dedicated years to. As she helps her bubby prepare for the holiday, she embarks on a quest across Chicago to find the last box of coveted Hanukkah candles. Okay. She meets a charming doctor from Florida and a bunch of quirky characters. Okay. And then it seems like they're going to spoil the rest of the movie, so I'm not going to read the rest of that. The Santa Claus, starring Kimberly Sustad. I don't know why I did that. I don't know why I did that like Alexis Rose. I love Kimberly Sustad. And Benjamin Ayres, who's not my favorite, but I love Kimberly Sustad, and she's gonna make everything great. Kate North, Kimberly Sustad, finds herself reluctantly taking over her father's once acclaimed and now struggling Santa school. In the weeks leading up to Christmas and the school's next session, Kate and her new co-worker discover who they believe to be the real Santa Claus, who has amnesia. And also there's a rival Santa school. Santa, amnesia, Kimberly Sustad. What else is Hallmark for? Following Yonder Star, starring Brooke Dorsey and John Brotherton. This is the Dayspring movie, which is the traditional, genuinely religious movie. Abby Marshall, once celebrated for her role as an inspirational mother on TV, is finding her life in shambles after dealing with a scandal. She retreats to a luxury Vermont resort for Christmas, only to find herself without a room due to a booking mishap. Classic. Just like Mary. All the local hotels are booked up to a rare astronomical event. A beautiful star that looks like the Star of Bethlehem. Ha! Sounds like Mary. Thankfully, Abby finds a room at a quaint B&B owned by Tom McGuire, who's a high school astronomy teacher. Since his wife's passing, he's taken on a lot of extra responsibilities, including running the inn and directing the local church's Christmas pageant. And she's gonna do some pageanting, I'm sure. Happy holidays! Ow! Like that. It's starring Jessica Lowndes. Interesting. Didn't know she was back on Hallmark. Thought she defected, but glad she didn't. And the soon-to-be-announced winner of Finding Mr. Christmas. I was wondering about this. So they are going to be doing a Bachelor sort of... I guess it's not Bachelor. I guess it's more of like a... I don't know how to describe it. But Jonathan Bennett is hosting, and they're having a bunch of men do Christmas-related challenges, and then whoever wins the reality competition is the lead in Happy Holidays, starring Jessica Lowndes. Mia, a meticulous web page editor for the Seattle Tourism Board, finds herself unexpectedly navigating the holidays alone. As the only one working, she's drawn into an unusual encounter when she encounters why'd they say encounter twice? When she encounters a stray dog. Unsure how to handle the situation, she crosses paths with Max, a dog shelter owner. Sure. That's just a really fun concept. I'm excited. We get a new actor. Those are all of our countdown to Christmas movies, but we still have Miracles of Christmas, which is on the sad channel, as I like to call it, although it's usually not very sad. First one's called This Time Each Year, starring Allison Sweeney and Niall Matter. Two actors I feel nothing for. Okay. Lauren and Kevin were once happily married and thriving as a family, but the couple has spent almost the past year in trial separation and are working hard to co-parent their young son, Charlie. Kevin is determined to make their family whole, but yeah, they're co-parenting. We get it. Oh, but it is directed by Crystal Lau. I love that for her. I don't really care about Allison Sweeney or Niall Matter, but co-parenting sounds very interesting. Love Crystal. Sounds, I'll watch it. My Sweet Austrian Holiday, starring Brittany Bristow and Will Kemp. I got excited because I love Will Kemp. Will Kemp, the ballet dancer. I almost said ballerina dancer, but that's not a thing, it's just a ballet dancer. Charlotte is an American who's lived in Vienna since inheriting a chocolate shop from her grandparents 2 years ago. That is the dream. Since then, she's worked tirelessly to grow the business into a successful enterprise. She's gonna be Vienna's Chocolatier of the Year, maybe. But first, she befriends Will Kemp and they bond over chocolate. Great. I want to bond with a man over chocolate. 5 Gold Rings, starring Holland Roden, who's done a Hallmark movie before, at least one, but she was in Teen Wolf. And Nolan Gerard Funk, who was in the movie Spectacular, which I watched a lot as a child. He was great back then. I'm sure he's still great. When New York City painter Audrey Moss returns to her small Minnesota hometown for the holidays, she's met with an unexpected quest from her beloved late grandmother. Find the owners of 5 mysterious gold rings and return them to their rightful homes before Christmas morning, which is only 9 days away. Oh, and she has to team up with a local private investigator who's also a childhood friend, and they have to do Christmas tasks. I hate the mystery movies when they're like, oh, I have to return this lost penny. I hate it. At least this one is like from a will, and it's purposeful, and Nolan Gerard Funk is there, and he's a private investigator. It's weird enough that I'm here for it. A Reason for the Season, starring Taylor Cole and Kevin McGarry. I have a lot of problems with Kevin McGarry, but he doesn't need to know that. In order to earn her trust fund, Evie is tasked with granting Christmas wishes to the people who saved her life on the night of her birth. Let me run that back. In order to earn her trust fund, Evie is tasked with granting Christmas wishes to the people who saved her life on the night of her birth. Okay? To aid in her cause, she employs Kyle, a handsome local attorney, to track down those who helped and attempts to secretly learn what they might want while maintaining her anonymity. So clearly she was born on Christmas Eve, hence why she's named Evie. So that is a new Christmas name that I hadn't thought of before. Bingo. Secondly, I mean, that's nice to pay back the people who saved your life on the day you were born, but it's not like that feels like a weird thing you have to do to get your trust fund. Like, she didn't ask to be born. Sure. Great. A Novel Noel, starring Julie Gonzalo, who I love. She was in A Cinderella Story, and also like a million Hallmark movies, but I love her from A Cinderella Story. And Brendan Penny, who's fine. A successful New York City book editor who is losing touch with her passion after a few setbacks this year learns she was chosen to run a bookstore in the small town of St. Ives for the month of December. That's a weird thing to be chosen for. It's like, hi, you're the manager of a random bookstore in a random town, but just for a month. Okay. While realizing a childhood dream, but butting heads with the handsome son of the bookstore owners, she comes, she's butting heads. We get it. Christmas Under the Lights, starring Heather Hemmings, who's lovely, Marco Grazzini, who's great. Emily is always reluctant to return home to her family's animal rescue ranch, but when her mother passes away, her brother Nick requests her help organizing the annual Christmas carnival. When she arrives, she discovers Nick's friend Luke, who's Grazzini, is staying at the ranch. They make a carnival. They're gonna make a carnival. This is the movie about making a carnival. Great. A Dance in the Snow, starring Erica Serra and the guy from the Kimberly Sustad movie last year who had the amnesia. Melody's 17-year-old autistic daughter, Jenny, is a senior in high school and looking forward to college. After a bad experience her junior year, Jenny is not interested in attending her final Christmas dance before graduating. Melody decides to surprise Jenny by getting involved in the school's planning committee to create a welcoming dance for all students. Meanwhile, Jenny and her friends secretly plan their own party, in part to honor Melanie, the mom. Melanie works with Jenny's literature teacher on the dance and starts to fall for him. Oh, and the daughter gets a romance too. That's really cute. This sounds really cute. This is great. All I Need for Christmas, starring Mallory Jansen, who I love. She was in Gallivant. She was in Her Pen Pal. She's incredible. Dan Giannotte, I still don't know how to pronounce his name. He was in the Good Witch series, and he was in that show Rain. He's great. Maggie has been trying for years to break in as a singer-songwriter. Now faced with challenges of new apps and social media, Maggie fears she's outdated, me too, sister, and unable to compete in a tech-savvy world, you're telling me. While helping her parents on their farm at Christmas time, she meets Archer, an entrepreneur who has come back to town to spend the holidays alone. Oh, and he's developing large-scale apps and is a tech enthusiast. Trading Up Christmas, starring Italia Ricci, who's great. Michelle is the dreamer of her family, always brimming with imaginative ideas to make the world a better place. This Christmas, her sister Carrie desperately needs a new home, and Michelle hatches a creative plan to help. Starting with just a Christmas stocking, she sets out to trade her way up to something far greater, a house. And then there's a reporter they're gonna fall in love. That doesn't make any sense, but sure. And those are all of the miracles of Christmas movies. Now you might be saying, that seems like a lot of movies, and you're right. However, we have more, which is to say that Hallmark Plus is also dropping original movies. Hallmark Plus has Unwrapping Christmas, Tina's Miracle, starring Natalie Hall and Alex Santos. Tina Mitchell, a successful business owner, meets a charming guy, Michael, just as her holiday season heats up with the town's Christmas gala and her busy store. All wrapped up. That's her store's name. While the gala is threatened by a Scrooge-like estate owner planning to sell the venue. Oh no. Great. Classic. Oh, okay. And the other Hallmark Plus movie is Unwrapping Christmas, Mia's Prince. So the first one, Unwrapping Christmas, Tina's Miracle. Second one, Unwrapping Christmas, Mia's Prince. Mia, an accountant at All Wrapped Up, got it, the store, it's coming back, I get it, is stunned when a local celebrity, Beau Kavanaugh, who looks just like her favorite romance novel hero, enters her life, and he is an heir to a wealthy family. Sure. Oh, and okay, there's another one. Unwrapping Christmas, Lily's Destiny, starring Ashley Newbrow again. Lily, the marketing guru of All Wrapped Up, believes the universe guides us to our destiny and appears that it's guiding her towards a celebrity realtor. Why is everyone ending up in with celebrities in these unwrapping movies? Also, what a weird thing to just be like, yeah, my destiny is leading me towards the Property Brothers. There's another one. Don't mean to shock you, but this one's called Unwrapping Christmas, Olivia's Reunion. And this stars Cindy Busby, who's a classic, and Jake Epstein, who I love. Olivia, the gift wrapping expert at All Wrapped Up, sure, classic job, makes a delivery to a remote cabin only to find her ex-boyfriend Benjamin on the other side of the door. As, you know, they're gonna get stuck in a cabin together? Yep, they're gonna get stuck in a cabin together. I love it. Next we have Season's Greetings from Cherry Lane. Cherry Lane, if you may remember, is that movie last year that starred a whole bunch of people, a lot of very good people, and it was all about how they've all occupied the same house throughout time and space. Except it was really boring, in my opinion. Lots of people loved it. I was the odd man out, actually, so maybe you'll love it. This is a sequel. Corey Cott is in it, though. Okay. Intrigued. I'm intrigued. In 1951, a doctor, Corey Cott, wants to make the holiday special for his worried wife before he is shipped out to serve in Korea. But then when she suffers a minor fracture to her arm, his carefully planned out Christmas Eve plans are upended. And then it's also in 2003. And then, of course, in 2024, we have the sequel. We have finding out what's happening with Jonathan Bennett and Vincent Rodriguez III and their newly adopted child, I would assume. Happy Holidays from Cherry Lane. Wow, another one. In 1960, this one's about Benjamin Ayres and Erica Durant, and the people from the Good Witch people are in this one, and I don't care. It's the Cherry Lane. I don't care. Julie Gonzalez. A lot of good people are in it, and the scripts are probably gonna be bad. Deck the Halls on Cherry Lane, and this one's about the John Brotherton one. Wow, I didn't see that coming, but this time it has Ben Hollingsworth and Sam Page and Brooke Dorsey. Are these all the ones? It is all the ones. Yeah, and then there's like TV shows. I know that there are TV shows. I'm not gonna talk about those here. There are also TV shows. Okay. There are 47 new movies. 3 of them are Cherry Lane. It's gonna be a very cozy Christmas. There are a lot of things I'm very excited for. A lot of returning faces, Derek Klena, a lot of new faces like Jordan Fisher, a lot of great stories. It just kind of sounds like they've done some really crazy things, just some really extremely wild things. Wackadoodle things. And I'm very excited for that. I'm really excited for that. I did notice that there isn't a Katrina Law movie in here, so now I'm wondering if Tracy Andreen's movie just hasn't gotten made yet. Is it going to be made? It's going to be next year? Maybe. Hopefully. I don't know. It's going to be wild. It does feel a lot younger, which I like, personally. I do think that they are going for that younger audience, and they're just being weird with it. And I really appreciate that about Hallmark. So, here's to the 2024 Christmas season. See you all then. Here's the hood. Is it this? Oh, nope, that's the pocket again. Oh, I found it. What? Hello. Is this even it? Yeah, this is it. Okay. I'm gonna stop this video.